Okay, so I know I said I was gonna try to record another video closer to the last one, which I'm sorry for that, but there's not really a lot that I can do. I've been working a lot of overtime at my current job, and that's really draining. Today is one of my few days I could have had a full day off, but instead I did half a day. Long story short, here I am, and we're gonna do another video. I really do want to try to make more content. I really want to try to make this work where I am able to just talk about any nerdy subject I want. But today's video is about Bloodbowl, because I fucking love Bloodbowl. Like, it saddens me that during the move, I lost the majority of my Bloodbowl stuff. I lost all my miniatures, I lost my dice, I lost all my little balls and counters and everything. Like, I lost it in the move. Like, that's one of the boxes that got lost. But here I am. I am back, and Blood Bowl is actually one of the few things I did play while I was over there. And I've got one of my figures here. This is a little rat dude. I had actually bought these rats when I was over there. I made a little team called Stinky Sneakers or Sneaky Stinkers or something like that. It was I had plans for that team. I had plans for that whole league where I was gonna slowly build up my team, include more rats into it, more goblins, and even get a Hackflim Scuttle Spike, which getting a Hackflim Scuttle Spike is fucking hard. Like, it's seriously hard. Like, I've checked the GW website several times. It's always out of stock here, and it fucking sucks. Well, whatever, I digress. But, like, I am glad that I have all my Blood Bowl books. Like, look at this. I mean, sure, before the move, I only had the official rules, and I believe I had 2 copies of the Spike magazine, but I lost those with the Blood Bowl stuff, sadly. But since then, I was able to acquire the 2022 and the 2024 Spike Almanacs, which I fucking love this. This is awesome. I really should stop cussing, especially this early in the video, but I love these books. They have a lot of content, a lot of strategy for the newer teams. And a friend of mine is playing what are they called? The Chaos Dwarves, which is really cool, but Chaos Dwarves aren't in the core rulebook. They're in the 2024 Spike rulebook. But also, my friend hasn't read the 2024 Spike Almanac, so he doesn't know the little tricks and tips that the Almanac suggests for the Chaos Dwarves for, I believe, like setting up and all the inductments that they can have. Like, he doesn't know about that, and I feel kind of bad because he doesn't have the book. He only has the little rules paper that came with his team. And I could be like, I know everything about your team and you don't, but it's also not advantageous to me to know this stuff. He's not going to be playing by the rules in the book. He's not going to be playing by the strategies presented here. It has, like, setups here, but he's not going to be using that. He doesn't even have the, what's his name? The Chaos Dwarf that has the blunderbuss. He doesn't have any of the Minotaurs or the Centaur Minotaurs, whatever they're called. They're really cool sculpts, so I do want to get Blood Dwarfs again, because that's one of the teams I lost in the move, was my Blood Dwarfs, my Underworld Denizens, and the 2 starter teams, the Nobility and the Black Orcs. But I bought the starter box again because I need the dice, the measuring sticks, all the stuff. But I love Blood Bowl, and I've got my friend into playing it, and he's been enjoying it. And since before the move, I had known about Kraken Studios and their line of products for Blood Bowl, for the field stuff. And I love them. I love all that stuff. I'm probably going to be popping up images throughout the video of, I don't know yet. Because I'm just rambling. I don't have a script for these things. I really should have a script, but I feel like it's more genuine if I'm actually talking about what I want to talk about. But it'd be better for pacing and having research done. I love Kraken Studios. I love all the work that they've done. They've released a lot of terrain sets for Blood Bowl, and it's it's a really nice alternative to using the cardboard, playmat, which I've got. Being able to just print out a bunch of tiles, and I've got those tiles next to me, well, some of them. And I plan to do a bigger video about that later once I've got a better setup to be able to show top down. For now, I've got a collection of the printouts here. So there are a lot of tiles, and these tiles are pretty big because each square on the tile is about 1 inch by 1 inch, I believe. Some of these, the design choices I don't really like on these. There's a collection of 6 tiles, well, for this set, because I have the grassland set, or the grass field set. These are the center tiles, and I'll probably throw up a picture right here of just the center tiles on the table. These tiles are really cool looking. I really love how they look, but they have one glaring issue that I'm going to have to correct later with some green stuff and putty. They have an elevation right there. They have a steep elevation right there, which makes it hard for some miniatures to stand there. It would be cool if there was rules for physical disadvantage and height differences on the field. For actual gameplay, it's kind of annoying. And I'm probably going to show like a picture or a video or something right here of like one of my big guys, probably the trained troll just standing at an angle on some of these raised up pieces. But it would be really cool to have a really nice Bloodbowl field on the table. There are 6 of these centerpieces, and they're really cool. I really love how they look together. Along with that, there's technically 1, but you have to print 2 of them, trapdoor tiles. And the trapdoor tiles are cool. If you've read through the rules of Bloodbowl, and I believe it's in this one, the Death Zone book, there's rules for if you step onto the trapdoor, how it can open, and you treat it as if your character got thrown out into the crowd, and they take crowd damage. But there's also, I believe, fan-made rules about there being a monster in the trapdoor, and it becoming a physical hindrance on the field, which I printed out, but I haven't taken the supports off. The cracked door Kraken. The problem is, when you print these in FDM, they are a tight fit. They are a very tight fit. So trying to swap between trapdoor and trapdoor Kraken is kind of hard. But this is cool. Like, I really love this. This is awesome. Like, these tiles are awesome. But then you're like, okay, you've got the 6 center tiles, the 2 trapdoors. What other tiles are there? Because there are other tiles. At least for the grassland set, grassfield set, which I've printed. There are a collection of, I believe, 8 other tiles. And I printed all 8 here, which I've got issues with 4 of them. So 4 of them I plan to print and, put all over the field. 4 of them I will not. And some of them are really cool. Like, I really like them. But like this one is a little hill. And you can see the problem already. Like, if I was playing with rules where, if it's not a completed tile, you can't land there, you can't step there. Or you need to do an additional move, or roll an agility test or whatever, to see if you can jump from, this ledge. But I feel like without those in writing, it's kind of hard to follow. And that's one of them. This one also, it's just really hard to place a miniature down on it with all these bumps. It's also really cool, and I really love it. It helps break up the, what's going to be just grass everywhere. Same with this one, with all the tiles, the cobblestone tiles. Like, that is a really good look. That's a really nice look. But it falls into the same problem. The raised surfaces makes it hard to put a miniature there. And then lastly, like, this one is toned down from the previous one, but still the raised surfaces. Decided, okay, if I'm printing this project, there's going to have to use the basic ones. The ones that are just really grass. As you can see there, it's textured. And some of them do have rocks, like this one has a rock, which that looks cool. I really love that. And then this one's another basic grass one. It's really hard to get on this camera. I need to figure out a better lighting situation, a better camera situation at some point, because the camera doesn't always autofocus back on me, and because of how the lighting is and the ceiling light right there, it's a weird off color. And then the last one I'm planning to print is this one. See, it's just a bunch of pebbles. It's easy, it's nice. I can literally a dude there and not worry. Like, it's really nice, and I love it. But going back to the ones that I can't use, like this one, this really bumpy one. Like, a small dude like this fits, and I'm going to have to get up and get another figure. But then you've got dudes that are a little bit bigger, like this Train to Troll. I haven't painted it yet. Where just putting it there, it starts to fall. Or if we were to put it there, we have to literally balance it and hope it doesn't fall. And sadly, that's the same thing with some of the center tiles, like this one. Like, this is nice. This is really nice. It helps differentiate the center from the other areas. It helps, give you a line of scrimmage and everything. I don't even know if I used the term line of scrimmage correctly. I'm a nerd. I don't know football. You've got, like, this one right here where it's got a raised portion there. Like, sure, you could just set your tall guy there. But then when you're right here, he's on an angle. Not very stable. Good there. Here, not very stable. And then there, not very stable. That's one of the better cases. And I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to do this. I'm probably going to take some green stuff to it and just mash it in there, take some foil to texture it, and make it look like dirt. But you might be wondering, okay, this video's gone on for a couple minutes. It's getting long already. What's my point? My point is Kraken Studios is doing a Kickstarter right now. This is not an ad. 100% this is not an ad. I would love for, to get sponsored and everything, but this is not an ad. But it's ending in about 3 days, 2-3 days at when this video is released. It's cool. It's really cool. They're releasing more segments for your field because right now I've only shown you field tiles. Well, I didn't show you the end goals, but whatever. I've shown you only field tiles, but they've got other tiles to spruce up your field. For example, this is a demo piece that they have for the Kickstarter, and it's really cool. Like, this is a little bulletin board. And on the Kickstarter, they also have a bunch of other pieces. Like, I believe on the main pledge, you can get, like, a medic tent, 3 different entryways, some booths, bleachers, and the grass field set did come up with a set, bleachers, and a dugout. But this one comes with some other pieces like new entries and gates, ticket booths, like 3 different forms of ticket booths, stuff to make your field look more dynamic. Along with, I believe, a collection of, I want to call them obstacles that you can put on your field to give it more dynamic gameplay, which I might introduce to a friend later to my local group and see how they feel about that. I would love to see the Kraken Studios Kickstarter get more view, and I really just love talking about Bloodbowl. I do plan to make another video at some point talking more about my team that I'm currently building, talking about, I don't know yet, my strategies, my play, and also showing off the field more because, oh god, I didn't even get to the part where I've decided on 4 tiles I'm printing, but we're printing a large field. We're printing like a full Bloodbowl full field worth of tiles. And the problem with that is there are 34 regular tiles, including the trapdoor tiles. There's 34 tiles, including the trapdoor tiles. So there are 32 tiles, I believe, that I need to print. Which means if I'm choosing 4 patterns, then I also need to print 8 of each of those patterns. Each of these tiles by themselves takes about, I believe it was 2 hours? Yeah, 1 hour 50 on my printer to print. So I'm going to be printing for a total of, for 32 tiles, 2 hours each, 64 hours. Like, see, 64 print hours just for normal tiles. I plan to do a full video on that in the future. I don't know when, because, as I said, it's 64 print hours. And I'm not going to be doing that back to back to back because I have to sleep and work. But I think that'd be an awesome future video. And, I really like just doing these rambling videos where I just talk about random stuff. And go and check out the Kraken Studios Kickstarter. I'll post a link below. By the time this comes out, there's only 2 days left. And it's really cool. If you got a 3D printer, if you love Bloodbowl, why not? Why not print a field? Print, some shops and some bleachers, and some little characters to go along your field, some fences to keep the riffraff out. Something dynamic so that when your friends come over on a game day, they're just like, damn, that looks cool. Thank you all for watching. You guys are awesome. I really want to talk about Bloodbowl again. I want to talk about my little rats. I want to talk about the Chaos Dwarves at some point. I would love to do all that. Have a good day. Bye.